Family, thanks for joining another episode of Black Gay Table Talk. I'm your host, Keenan. And for today's episode, we have our second installment from Jay with BGE. Jay's going to share with us today some exciting news, some happenings with the website, and we're going to talk about some pride. We may recap some events and give some events to look out for. So thanks for joining.
Awesome. How have you been?
Things have been good for me. No complaints. What about you?
I have been doing really well. I the last time we talked, I think it was right before my birthday. So I was getting ready to have a little party at the house, and so I got the house really done up and had friends over. It was a good time,
Yeah.
and then the month of June popped up, and it just feel like we've been flying through the year. So
Oh
here
my
we are
God.
in July. We're just recording episode
Yes.
2. So yeah, I've been good though.
Yes. But we getting it in though, right?
Absolutely. Look, working hard, doing it all.
Yes. And I did see some pics from your birthday celebration. It was lit. Okay. It looked like you had a blast. So,
We had so much fun. That was actually one of my first time hosting at my house, and I mean,
yeah.
it was just a good time. Like my friends came out, had family there, the drinks were flowing, the music was going, had some food, the vibes were there. It was just all around an amazing experience. Like I was like, wait, I'm actually pretty good at throwing this party stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to the promoters for now.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. You can, at least you know you can do it.
yeah. So.
Yes. So, what's going on with BGE,
You,
Black Gay Events?
you
Tell us.
I appreciate this like always, and I just like to start by saying thank you for allowing me to partner with you and join you on your platform. Like it's definitely I appreciate it so much.
Oh, yeah.
And this opportunity to continue to just talk about pride and more specifically the Black Pride events that are happening throughout the United States and the world. So just to kind of do a little recap, June was a very busy month for like the different Pride events. Some of them that took place were, NOLA Black Pride, Harlem Pride, NYC Pride, Frolic Weekend, and then I was also able
Yes.
to attend Dallas Southern Pride, which was a great time. Shout out to KKMS who, we were able to join them at some of their events, and then we also went to the Dallas Southern Pride pool party, which was a great time. So Dallas showed love and just had a fabulous time.
Shout out Dallas.
Dallas, Dallas, we love Dallas.
And NYC too. Come on now. NYC does show up and show out, okay?
So you know what? Next year, and this is like me just talking all off the cusp, but next year I gotta go on a little road trip, road tour, something like. I mean, I was looking at some of the pictures and the videos from the different prides, and I mean, some of them are conflicting weekends, but nevertheless, like the community
Mm.
was outside, people were dressed down and up and had nothing on and had clothes on and just you could tell it was a lot of like fun and black joy, and I just think it was just beautiful seeing
Yeah.
the community go out and support these different events. I mean, they had artists show up to several of the different events. Just beautiful. I think Pride Month this past June was one for the books, and I think it's going to just continue getting better, and just hope that we are continue to be a part of people's thoughts when they go to plan out their Pride events or start sharing their events, that they think BGE and they think that that we can be that resource to not only show them the events or the opportunities they have to travel or go to an event in their backyard, but also really support the promoters and really amplifying what they're doing, because again they're still doing, like, they put it on some great events.
Yeah, most definitely.
We're currently in the month of July. Chicago just had their Black Pride events, and I want to
Yeah.
hear about that because I think you had some
Yes.
events going on there. But also looking forward, LA had their Black Pride, and then before this episode airs, we'll have Charlotte Black Pride, Richmond, Virginia will have their Black Pride, and then Little Rock will have their Black Pride as well. But I want to hear
I
all
love
about
it.
Chicago.
Yes. So wait, first, real quick, shout out to Little Rock, Little Rock's Black Pride. I was able to attend. It's been a while ago though. I have to get back and go again. But yeah, like when I wrote my first book, I had like a meet and greet there
Oh,
during Pride
yeah.
that year. So it was amazing. They definitely know how to represent. So shout out to Little Rock. But yeah, so Chicago, right?
Yes.
Now it was Pride Southside
Okay.
that I attended, right? So it was July 6th. So first off, I have to highlight the fact that when you talk about having a safe space and community type of approach to Black Pride, like I think they knocked it out of the park with that.
Mhm.
So you had something literally for everyone that was there. And what made my heart warm, and this is the daddy side of me, right? Because I have a little one.
Yep.
There were kids there. There were like arcade games or the bouncy. There were activities for the kids or for family. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm still teetering that, we're still teetering that line of like, going out to shake ass and,
Mhm.
turn up,
Mhm.
but also remembering, hey, you know what? We might need to, find another way to celebrate this particular year because we got the little guy with us or something like that. So, huge, huge, huge shout out to Pride Southside for having a family approach to their planning.
Mhm.
It was phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes.
I, and it's interesting you bring that up because I do see and one of the beauty in the work that I'm doing is that I'm able to see a lot of events and I'm talking about like every day it's something new every seems like every
Yeah.
minute I'm seeing a new event. But one of the things I notice, and I actually do read the flyers and I look at the designs and I see where the events are. Like I said, I do my due diligence. But one thing I noticed
Hmm.
that, from just covering this past Pride Month is that there were a lot of organizations that were centering youth LGBTQ individuals.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then I do see that there's becoming more space for like kids to be welcome at Pride because there's a whole conversation about that, and I don't think we want to go down that road discussing that, but I do think there's space to be created for it to be a family event. There are your 21 and up events, and I think there's space for that, but then there also is a space for, like you said, the family to come out and to really just celebrate, who we are, our existence, and what we mean to
Right.
the world and our community.
Yes, yes, because I think so many times we're looked at as being one particular way or one thing, but it's a reminder, hey, we are part of a family unit. Some of us are. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
there's our own little community sometimes that we would like to have that space for, I guess.
Yes.
So they knocked it out of the park with that. There were organizations there, performers there. Shout out to Seven Deep. He was one of the performers.
Okay.
We had Just Logan
Okay.
perform, which they knocked it out of the park. And there were a ton of like amazing artists performing. Some that I wasn't necessarily familiar with at that time,
Hmm.
but like I'm fans now of so many people. So it was really good. It was really good. And the turn up was real. It
Yeah.
was hot, but
I
like
was telling family, I was like, this is a different kind of heat. Like this heat ain't like the heat from like many years ago. Like this
yeah.
heat is new. But yeah. But no, that's awesome,
Yes.
and that's what I love too about like when the festivals allow like upcoming artists to present and showcase because again, a lot of
Mhm.
them, they don't have the budget or ability to really like amplify their voices or market themselves, and like thanks to platforms like
Right.
you who really Black Gay Table Talk who really do like give them a platform to perform. But someone like me who may just walk up, like I'm the type where I've gone to random concerts or random events and like you said, leave a fan. I'm following, I'm waiting for
Yeah.
new music. So, shout out to all the artists you mentioned and
Yes.
yeah.
And those I didn't mention.
And those
I'm
you
not
didn't
forgetting
mention.
about you, but yes.
And those that didn't get mentioned, reach out to Keenan. He might have an opportunity for, some
Come on now.
discussions. See,
Right.
I'm plugging. Look, I'm plugging.
um Oh my gosh, what else? So, okay, in a minute I'm gonna get off of Price Outside, but it was our first, like, we've, been sponsors before and things may have happened where we couldn't show up or where we had to change plans at the last minute. But it was the first time, so I kind of had to come out of my little shell, like I'm an introvert, and I think I've said this before on a different show. So a lot of times I do prefer the small, intimate spaces, but this showed me that I could do it, and that a lot of the fears that I had about the whole thing, or the being present at a large event, like they were all in my head. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. But oh my gosh, like just seeing like the businesses represented, I don't know, it takes me back to like the economic impacts that I think we can have,
Mm,
or that we need more of,
mm.
um, in positive ways, because ultimately, when we create those spaces and we're presenting these businesses, I don't think we think about the fact that this is creating an opportunity for another business
Yeah.
or more people, or
Yeah.
as they grow, they're able to take on more team members or what have you. So I don't know. I was over the moon.
But
Okay, I'll stop.
no, I mean, I think I've been saying that as well, and I echo what you just shared because, like, I mean, I think about like barbershop experiences, right? Where like a
Yeah.
lot of times people go in there and you're not comfortable because your barber, may be homophobic, or may not understand how to talk around you, or maybe you're in a shop where and we all probably have stories like this where the clients there have been homophobic and you're sitting there like, okay, do I say something? This is uncomfortable. I don't like it. Um, but
Right.
but then you go and you don't really have a resource or a place to find or really tap into like black queer barbers or black queer you know I mean I've seen all types of business party bus owners cleaning services things like that where you can like leave your whatever laying around because you don't have to hide this and that or hide pictures because they have the same experience as you so like just echoing what
Yeah.
you just shared, like the importance of that representation and community in itself.
Yes, yes. And actually, I am going to make a commitment on this show. It's been a dream of mine to have a space on our website where we're able to highlight those Black queer business owners
Yeah.
and kind of, divvy them up, like you mentioned, barbers or caterers or photographers. I want a space where it can become easy for us to find those businesses that we want to support ultimately.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
It's needed too.
that will happen.
It's needed. Yeah, look, it's needed. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Um, all right, so BGE, like what's going on with the website? I heard that there's some updates and some things happening. You want to share more?
Yes. So, I am currently in the process of. I've been getting a lot of good feedback on what's happening and what we're what we can do better at, and I appreciate people who've reached out and shared and share what they want to see. I mean, we've been looking at like the analytics. I've been talking to some of my friends, so I'm in the process of doing, and I say we, and it's really just me, in the process of doing like a website refresh and more so of the city page refresh. Like, and when I say refresh, it's making those updates or making it easier to find information on events that matter to each specific person. Like I think you call this out, like we're all so unique and also different. Like there's some events that I
Hmm.
may like that not really something you care to go to, and vice versa. Being able to
Yeah.
find those events a lot more easily. And then another thing that you kind of called out too, that like a part of this refresh is basically being able to amplify some of the voices who are for instance, like not just the events, but also amplifying the promoters, amplifying the DJs, amplifying the clubs, like things to like really put
Yes.
information in your fingertips. So when you're like, and I always use this use case or this scenario where if you landed in Atlanta tonight and you didn't have any friends or you didn't know where to go or don't know anyone, you can go to BGE and you can say, okay, well, I have three options. The community is ABC, here, there,
Yeah.
or if I want to grab a bite to eat and I want to go in a space where I can smoke a hookah, get some wings, and
Yes.
twerk a little bit and not be looking sideways. These are safe spaces for you to go. So That's in the process. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to really show right now. But the goal
But
is to
it's
have that.
coming though.
It's coming. Yeah, I'm pushing myself by the next time we meet to have the page to launch and show. And then on top of that, just making sure that we're amplifying like more of these like events that we all, somehow go to, but we all don't know exactly where the community is. Like, so when I think of that, I think of like different conferences and different festivals that, I mean, it's not necessarily a gay festival or a gay conference or a queer
Right.
conference, whatever, but it's a professional conference. But yeah, I want to find community while I'm there. Being able to find spaces for individuals to network and meet. So it's a lot going on. I feel like what's going to happen is, and I won't say this on the record, so we'll have to cut this part out. But I'm gonna have to take some time, like maybe take some vacation days to really just because we're full time take some vacation days just to knock it out because
Yes.
it's not hard. It's just finding the time to do it.
Finding the time.
Um, but like, and on top of that, right, and just kind of to pivot back to like what else, like, just looking forward to the upcoming Pride events. I think I called out the ones from July, but I'm starting to see a lot of events for Atlanta Black Pride, DR Takeover, National Black Pride, or Nashville Black Pride, and St. Louis Black Pride. So just continue
Yeah.
going through Pride months and just getting excited about all the different events and activities that are happening.
I cannot wait. And actually, so I know I'm sure I've said this before. Thank you because to have that and you work full time. Like I really have to take my hat off to people who still try to find the time to do these things because that's your clear indication that this person is doing this out of pure passion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You're taking your personal time. You're tired from work. You've been at work all day dealing with this, that, and the other. And now you want to work on this for the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Jay, with Black Gay Events and all of the other creatives and people that are out there trying to make it happen for us because even when we don't see it, I think each little piece adds to that puzzle, that larger puzzle that we're trying to make happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be amazing. Like if we can just hold on, I think collectively
Yeah.
we will start to see that shift and it will become easier for us.
Yeah.
Not saying it's going to be easy, but it will become easier.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like, and I appreciate you saying that because, and I know I called this out on the last podcast, and I know you can attest to this as well, that like you said, you work 9 to 5 as well, So after work, you get to a point where you're like, I just want to lay down and I don't want to do anything.
Mhm.
But then like the passion
Mhm.
kicks in, and passion doesn't let you lay down. It's like, no, get up and record an episode or edit an episode
Yeah.
or post something on your story or share these events. And I do like I appreciate you obviously, and I want you to,
Oh,
I don't ever want to not share that how grateful I am and thankful for being on this platform. And I'm also appreciative of like the different promoters and the different individuals who,
yes.
slide in my DMs and say thank you. Like that goes a long way. Because I actually read every message. Try to. Right? Sometimes I miss a few, so apologies. But for the ones I catch and it says thank you so much, really appreciate this. Like, no, I appreciate you. Like, genuinely, thank you
Mhm.
for what you do. And I don't say this lightly, but a lot of times like these promoters, them hosting events like easily saves people's lives, and it's not to sound like so dark or deep,
Yes.
but a lot of
It's
times people
true.
are lonely, they don't like they come to a new city or they're at a home with family visiting and hearing
Yeah.
slurs and toxic, rhetoric, and they need an outlet or a space to go and convene with people who are like them, who have interests like them, where they can walk around with whatever attire they want to walk around in, say whatever they want to say. They need that safe space. You know what I'm saying? So like these promoters
Yes.
make way for that. So like I thank them for the work that they do, and me amplifying their work makes more people come or give someone else an exit or an entrance. And I think my job has been done quite well.
You better say that. Shit.
No, I'm being, yeah, no, seriously.
Yes. And that's so true. And it goes, I've had this talk before, and one of my main drivers was there wasn't really influence, or
Mm,
not even influence, I should say, but people that I could look
yep.
to help when I needed guidance in navigating this black gay man or brown gay man, world that we live in. And it's different from other perspectives. So you're right. The promoters, the party planners, those those do help save lives. They help people in ways that we couldn't we couldn't list all of them if we wanted to.
Yes.
But it goes into having those positive role models, those safe spaces, and that inclusion into those spaces. Because sometimes things can be a little siloed, which is fine. We're all aware of it. But what you're doing plays a huge part in that because they're able to navigate to the crowd that best fits their needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah, I
Ugh.
love you. I love it.
That's a
I
whole
love
nother
it.
episode, but because I could go all day. I think we could go all day, but I got some stories, and
Yeah.
they're good stories, not bad stories, but just about what you just said: finding your
Yeah.
tribe, finding your community. One more shout
Yeah.
out to Graphics and ATL for this beautiful T-shirt, designed, printed, all that, and it has my uh, 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 boom.
Come on now.
Follow me.
I loved it.
Yes, this sparkly thing. So graphics and ATL, thank you for the shirt. I really appreciate it.
Yes, yes, and I want one of those shirts, Jay. Don't forget, I
I got
want
you.
a
I got
shirt
you. I got you. I got you.
of the month. But what about August? I think Atlanta you mentioned is in August,
Yeah,
right?
Atlanta, like it's like right at Labor Day weekend, so it's like usually right at the end of August, beginning of September.
Got it.
Um, so you have St. Louis Black Pride, DR Takeover, which is like the same weekend, August 28th through the September 2nd, and then Nashville Black Pride. Granted, another thing to add, I'm learning that there are a lot more Black Pride events that are happening that I just didn't have visibility into. So, what's shown on the website isn't always, the most accurate thing because things change as well. And I always encourage
True.
people if they have any, events or activities that are missing, please let me know. But another call out I want to mention is the Red Dress Run, which is happening in August. And I feel like it's become, and I'm going to say this, like, even though it started off, I know it's like an event or a charity event, but because
Yeah.
our community has come and each year grown and grown and grown, it's become like I want to say another mini Black Pride NOLA event. Um, so much fun. I've been going for the past 2, 3 years. I think this will be my third or fourth year. So much fun.
Yeah.
What I'm enjoying seeing now is there are a lot of more of the promoters who are actually going to be throwing events that weekend. So I think it's more
Yeah.
people are coming, more events. So I need to add that on the website. But nevertheless, um, Red Dress Run in August. I'm looking forward to talking about that the next time we meet.
Yes, yes, definitely. And what you said as far as us showing up, like we did what we do. We show up and we show out. Like
Yes.
you gotta love it.
Yes.
To piggyback off what you said, and I think this is very important. Family, it's not that we don't see you or hear you. Sometimes looking through the lens that we're looking through, we may not catch everything. We may not catch every event. I may not catch every guest. So it is uber important that you reach out to us. We're open. Do it. Like we're here.
In the DMs, slide in the DMs. Yes,
Slide
please.
in the DMs.
Yes.
And if it does take a moment to respond, don't worry. We are working our way to you, to
Yeah.
planning what we're going to do for you, to doing what we need to do. So have an easy heart on us. Reach out. Let us know that you're there, what you got going on, and we can figure out ways that we can help and support as you support us. So we
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes. 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 Definitely. Because I do miss a
Yeah.
lot of DMs, and I'm trying to do better at checking every last one of them. But life and work and everything, it happens. So yeah.
Yes. But you know what, though? I'm going to speak this right now. Through continued support and growth, you will be able to have a team. That team will come. You'll have somebody responsible for replying and setting up what needs to be done when it needs to be done. So it's only a matter of time. It's on the way. It's on
Amen.
the way.
I received that. I received that. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna need someone to help with laundry. I'm gonna need someone to help
Uh-oh.
with cooking and clean. Like I have a whole list. So yes.
Okay,
Ooh,
that sounds
I
like
don't start.
Jay's dating sessions, or no, we need Jay finds love, or I
Oh,
love Jay.
you know what? See, this is a whole nother. This. I knew it was going there. You know what? I wouldn't mind that. That's what. If that's what it is, then yeah, I might like that.
Okay, okay, we gonna set it up then.
Oh, so then we have a matchmaker session.
I'm
No,
here for it.
yeah. Look, no, I'm. Yes, thank you for helping with. Yeah,
Wait, are you blushing? I think you
a
blushed just a
little
little
bit.
bit.
I know. You know what's funny? I do get nervous and shy, contrary to popular belief, and I do get red. I guess, huh?
I can feel you on that, though.
Yeah.
I can feel you on
But no, that does sound like what you just said. Huh, maybe it is time to get serious.
I mean, laundry and ain't nothing wrong with having fun, but
Like, I help a hand when it hurt.
it wouldn't
So
hurt.
yeah, down with that.
Ooh, baby. I'm going into planning as soon as we end this.
Oh
You just
Lord, I'm waiting for the text message too. Like, okay, next episode. Here's the topic. I got a line. Oh, maybe like the balloon pop, like a virtual balloon pop. How about that?
that
Okay,
would be
interesting.
hilarious.
Like,
Yeah.
but anyway, you know,
I want you to know you speaking all these things and
you
I'm
taking
taking it
notes.
in.
Yeah, you
Let's
like
not back
oh
out.
balloon pop? Okay, we can have about 10 people on here.
And don't mysteriously get sick. You know what?
You know I
None
will
of that.
too. I'll be like, you know what? I have COVID, a cold, or something.
No.
Something popped up. No,
Oh,
I'm 10 toes down with it. I'll pull up. Now, what
all
I'll
right.
say, how I'll act, I don't know, but I'll be there.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. All right. So real quick, will the shirts that you have, will they be available for purchase
Oh, if
at some point?
you know what? Let me talk to the designer. I'm pretty sure we can set something up. But yeah, um,
Yes.
yeah. This was so. In all transparency, this was a birthday gift from my one of my good friends.
I love it. That friend is an amazing friend. Like that's the gift that will keep on giving, honey.
I mean, it's an investment.
Right.
You know, so like, so yeah, so no, I'll ask him about that and see what he says on how that works. But yeah, people want to buy a BGE shirt, hit me up or let you know and you let me know or whatever.
Yes, that would be hot. And
Hmm.
I like it too. So, okay. All right. Well, what else do you have for us today, Jay?
Again, thank you so much for the platform. Please be on the lookout for the website updates. And after those website updates, you'll see a lot more marketing coming from us. Right now, we're just really active on the stories. So you'll see more posts and more just engagement there. If you're not following us, please follow blackgayevents.com. And again, thank you so much for having me on this platform. I really appreciate you.
Of course. Of course. One quick question.
Oh, okay.
Thinking about the Black Pride celebrations that are happening, and this is where I turn on that interviewer hat, right?
Mm,
So, thinking about the Black Pride celebrations that are happening across the US and what you're doing, what I'm doing, what so many others are doing for our bi brothers and sisters, our non-gender conforming people, like literally the whole community,
yeah.
black and brown. What do you think people who were those trailblazers like Marsha P or James Baldwin, what do you think they would have to say?
I that's a really good question. I would I would think that they would be, and I think proud is not even like the best word. I think like just overjoyed with gratitude and support and love for the work that we're doing and the work that has been has happened to get us to this point.
Mhm.
Speaking for myself, like, there are people who have been standing in the gap before I even got here, like really pushing me
Yeah.
on forward. So I just think that'll be extremely proud and extremely happy and just really, ecstatic, that we are finally at a place where, we can comfortably, and I feel like there's still work to be done. And I don't want to use those words lightly because I feel like we are both in cities that are a lot more open and accepting and supportive where can go 100 miles to the left, 100 miles to the right. It's a whole different
Yeah.
world. I
Yeah.
think they'll be proud of the work that we're showing to show up for ourselves because I think this is us showing up for ourselves. This is
Mhm.
us putting ourselves on a platform. Our names aren't hiding who we are. It's Black Gay Table Talk, Black
Right.
Gay Events. It's not like, a softened up word, like
Right.
um, where people know what it is when they see the T-shirt, when they see the podcast, or see it on the timeline. And
Yeah.
I think it just shows that, the work that they've done and them speaking up for themselves and um, how far we've come. Yet there's still a lot more to do, but
Yeah.
just proud of that motion and momentum we have.
I love it. I love it. In my mind, literally, you took the words out of my mouth. I've been thinking like it would be something in the lines of "Good job," like "Good job, amazing work. It's not over though."
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Stop and smell the roses, but we got to keep moving.
Yes.
So, oh, I love you. I love what you're doing. I appreciate you. And
We're trying to do it.
right,
Is that right? Okay.
right.
I see
Look,
people
that's
doing
how I.
this now, but
Yes, you can do either or, whatever
okay.
floats your boat.
Whatever one looks like a heart, the biggest heart, maybe this. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Again, family, if you've not already, take a stop by blackgayevents.com. Make sure you're following Black Gay Events on Instagram and keep an eye out for Jay and what's happening with the website. And yeah, stay tuned for more. All right. If you haven't already, we are available on all major streaming platforms and blackgaytabletalk.com, where you can find merchandise, you can find episodes, and some inspiration too. All right. So make sure you show up and show out as always.